Hello my dear students, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to see poem number 3 from your Hornbill book. Poem number 3 is The Voice of the Rain, written by Walt Whitman. So this is a beautiful poem, children. You can take your book. The poem is there on page number 41. Okay, page number 41. So before we begin, let's see the poet's introduction. So poet Walt Whitman, his full name is Walter Whitman, and he was born on 31st of May in 1819 in New York, which is in the US, and he died on 26th of March in 1892 in New Jersey, which is also in the US. Okay, so Walt Whitman, he was a poet, an essayist, and a journalist, and some of his notable works are Democratic Vistas, Leaves of Grass, Franklin Evans. So let's read about the poem, children. So in this poem, the poet speaks to the rain, okay, and the rain, to his surprise, the rain also replies to the poet. Okay, so in the poem, the tone of the poem is a conversation. Okay, other conversation in the poem. First one, the poet, he speaks to the rain. He asks some question to the rain, and surprisingly, rain is giving the answer. Okay, so this is something like a conversation between the poet and the rain. Okay, and in this poem, the rain, who speaks, surprise to the poet's surprise, the rain explains its origin, from where it originated and all that, and its whole journey, the whole and the water cycle. Okay, it explains everything in a beautiful way, and the rain also explains how it serves the earth and the nature, the whole nature. Okay, and the poet has used some archaic words. Archaic words means very old words. Okay, old English words the poet has used. So when we begin, I will tell you what the words are, and he has also beautified his poetry with so many beautiful poetic devices. So that also I am going to tell you in this poem. Okay, so before we begin, I want all of you to take your books. I hope you have already taken page number 41. You can find this poem, children, and also take your pencil so that you can write the meanings of passive words, and also you take colored stick pens to mark the poetic devices. Okay, so let's begin, children. Let's read and relish the poetry. Yes, children, so this is the first stanza. So let me read this. And who art thou, said I, to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. So I want all of you to take your pencil. See the first line. And who art thou? Art thou. They are the archaic words, children. Now already sonna madri. In this poem, the poet has used archaic words. Archaic words means the old English words. Okay, archaic. ARCHAIC. Okay, archaic words. That means very ancient English words which are not in use nowadays. Okay, they are outdated. Okay, so art means underline art and you write R, ARER. and thou, 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 underline, and you write you. So what is the question the poet is asking? Who are you? Okay, நீ யாரு அப்படின்னு கேக்குறாரு. யாரு? He is asking this question to the rain. Okay. Said I to the soft falling shower. Soft falling shower, underline, and you write the rain. Okay, rain. He is asking this question to the soft falling shower, adavadhu rain. Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer. Which gave me an answer. Which ingiradhu indha இடத்துல என்னது? It is the rain only. Okay, so it is very strange to tell, for the poet it is very strange to tell that the rain gave him an answer. Okay, இப்போ மழை question கேட்கும்போது மழை திருப்பி நம்மளுக்கு ஆன்சர் பண்ணுமா? இல்ல. But to the poet it gave an answer. Okay, so what is the answer? See, he has translated the answer below as here translated அப்படின்னு எழுதியிருக்காரு. Okay, so here the poet has translated. அந்த மழை என்ன சொல்லுச்சோ அது நம்மளுக்கு புரியுற மாதிரி he has translated. So let's see the answer of the rain. இப்போ question என்ன கேட்டார் அவரு? Who are you? So the rain is giving the answer. Now let's see the answer, children. I am the poem of earth. So what does the rain say? The rain says that it is the poem of earth. In the earth oda poem nanu appadina mala solludu. Okay, the rain says that she is the poem of earth. Said the voice of the rain. Okay, the rain said. See the next line. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea. Eternal means never ending, immortal, everlasting. Okay, forever, living forever. Adan eternal. Eternal அப்படினா என்னது? Never ending. அதுக்கு அழிவே கிடையாது. அதுக்கு எண்டே கிடையாது. So எதுக்கு எண்டே கிடையாது? The rain. Okay, it does not have any end. It is eternal. Eternal I rise. Rise now, going upwards. Okay, so I rise. Who rises? The rain rises. Now you can you might have a doubt here. Rain it always fall. Yes or no? Rain falls. But here the poet says rain rises. The rain says that it rises. மழை எங்கிருந்து ரைஸ் ஆகும்? You might have learnt in your science lessons about the water cycle. Yes or no? So water cycle, மழை வந்து it rises from the sea, from the water bodies. Okay, and then it goes up towards the sky and there it forms a cloud, then again it comes back to the earth. Yes or no? So this is the water cycle of the rain, of the water. Yes or no? So the rain tells the poet in fact that it rises in the form of water vapor. I rise, please underline that and you write in the form of water vapor. Okay, in the form of water vapor. Impalpable, underline impalpable and you write something that cannot be touched. Okay, or you can also write one more word, tangible. 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 Tangible means this something that cannot be touched. Maths la padichirpa tangent appadina, right? So when the line touches it is tangent. So intangent, intangible appadina that cannot be touched. Okay, so of course the water vapor cannot be touched. Okay, the rain says that when I rise from the land, in the earth vittu na mele pogumbodhu nobody can touch me. I am I cannot be touched by anybody. I am impalpable appdin solludhu. Okay, when it rises from the land and the bottomless sea. Bottomless sea means what? Very deep sea. Bottom e kadiyadhu adukku. Okay, it goes very deep and deep. It goes deeper and deeper. Okay, so is it possible sea ku vandu bottom e is there any sea in the world that doesn't have any bottom? there is no sea. Okay, but here the poet, to express his feeling, he uses the word bottomless sea. That means the sea is very, very, very deep. Now I want all of you to take your colored pen and mark the poetic device. The poet has beautified this poem with so many beautiful poetic devices. Now let's see them. See the third line, children. I am the poem of earth. So here two poetic devices are there. I think you have guessed it. One is personification. Okay, because the rain speaks here. I am the poem of earth. Idu vandu personification. Okay, when an inanimated object, அதாவது ஒரு நான் லிவிங் திங் பேசும்போது இல்லைன்னா லிவிங் திங் மாதிரி கேரக்டரிஸ்டிக் காட்டும்போது that is called personification. Okay, and one more poetic device is there. What is that? Metaphor. Excellent. Metaphor means comparison, the direct comparison. So here the rain is comparing itself with the poem of earth. அது என்ன சொல்லுது? I am rain அப்படின்னு சொல்லல. அது என்ன சொல்லுது? I am the poem of earth அப்படின்னு சொல்லுது. So here the rain is comparing itself with the poem. It is metaphor. Suppose இந்த லைன் வந்து I am like the poem of earth அப்படின்னு இருந்திருந்தா அது simile. Okay, இப்போ இது simile இல்ல, it is metaphor. Now see the last line, children. Bottomless sea. So here it is hyperbole. Please underline and write hyperbole. 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 Hyperbole means what? Hyperbole means something, you know, you over exaggerate something and say. Okay, ஒரு விஷயத்தை ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்டை ரொம்ப எக்ஸாஜரேஷனோட டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணுறது. ஓகே, தட் இஸ் கால்ட் ஹைப்பர்போல். ஸோ ஹியர் எவ்வளோ பெரிய பசிபிக் ஓஷனே இருந்தாலும் when you go deep into the Pacific Ocean, அங்கே ஃபைனலி உனக்கு அந்த எண்டு கிடைக்குமா கிடைக்காதா? There will be a bottom. Yes or no? There will be a ground to touch. Yes or no? There will be a piece of earth to touch inside the Pacific Ocean also. Yeah? ஆனா போயிட்டு இங்க என்ன சொல்றாரு? பாட்டம்லெஸ். அதுக்கு எண்டே கிடையாது, அந்த சீக்கு பாட்டமே கிடையாது, போயிட்டே இருக்கும் சி. இட் இஸ் வெரி டீப் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் something he has exaggerated, ரொம்ப ஓவரா சொல்லியிருக்காரு. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் hyperbole. Now let's see the next stanza, children. Yes, so this is the next stanza. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed altogether changed, and yet the same, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. Okay, now let's see every line now. Upward to heaven. So in the previous slide we saw that the rain says that eternal I rise. Okay, so I rise in solid. So the rain, the water vapor is rising towards what? It is going upward to heaven. Heaven in that, not the literal heaven. Here it is sky. Please underline heaven and you write sky. Okay, so water vapor edu nokki pogudhu? It is going upwards towards the sky. Okay, whence, underline whence and you write from where. From where, whence you underline and you write from where, அங்கே இருந்து. Vaguely, underline vaguely and you write unclearly. Okay, underline vaguely and you write unclearly. Formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. So this line is a little bit tricky, children. You need to understand this properly. See, water vapor வந்து மேலே போகும்போது it goes up and it changes its form. Yes or no? It becomes cloud. Yeah. So the rain says that it rises from the land and the bottomless sea, and it goes up towards the sky, and where it forms, it changes its form but still remains the same. Okay, so இது பார்த்தனா சேஞ்சும் ஆகுது plus சேமாவும் இருக்கு. Okay, so this is paradox, children. You please write their paradox. Ipo I'll tell you the meaning of paradox. First you write it. Now listen carefully. So the rain says that it goes up in the form of water vapor, and after going to the sky it changes its form. அதாவது வாட்டர் வேப்பரா இருக்காது, ஸ்கை போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் it becomes cloud. It changes its form but still remains the same. அதாவது என்னது, it is still water only. Can you understand? So water vapor, then cloud, then again it comes back to the earth in the form of water. So இதெல்லாமே water தான், இது எல்லாமே same தான், but only the thing is it changes its form. Okay, so this is paradox. Poetic device, paradox. P-A-R-A-D-O-X. Paradox. What is the meaning of paradox? Paradox means two sentences or two ideas, they look opposite. Okay, they look contrasting, but they are true. Okay, அது உண்மை. இப்போ இந்த சென்டென்ஸே பார்த்துக்கோங்க. It altogether changed. அடுத்த லைன் பாரு, yet the same. So சேஞ்சும் ஆகுது plus சேமாவும் இருக்கு. இப்போ ரெண்டு கான்ட்ராஸ்டிங்கா இருக்கு. Yes or no? Both the ideas are contrasting. Both the ideas are opposite. But அது உண்மை. It is true. Okay, we cannot deny it. நம்மளால அது இல்ல அப்படின்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. Okay, it changes its form but still it remains the same. See the next line. I descend to lave the draughts. Okay, I descend. Underline descend and you write come down. Descending means coming down. Ascending means going up. Okay, descend means coming down. So I come down. Who comes down? The rain. So in that I ingiradhu enadhu? The rain. Idu ellame rain oda answer, children. Okay, you should not forget all these words are spoken by the rain only. I descend, that means I come down, the rain comes down to lave. Underline lave and you write wash, clean. Okay, you write wash or you can also write clean. So what is the purpose of the rain coming down? மழை வந்து கீழே வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன செய்யுது? It is cleaning. It is washing the draughts. Draughts means the dryness. Okay, draughts means dry, dryness. Atomies. Underline atomies. What is atom? It is the smallest particle. Yes or no? So atomies ingiradhu the small particles on the earth. Okay, even the tiniest particle the rain cleans. It makes it pure. Next, dust layers of the globe. So I also clean the dust layers of the globe. So this is the purpose of the rain. மழை வந்து earthக்கு வரதுக்கு என்ன reason? Why it is coming down? It is coming down to clean, to wash the draughts, atomies and the dust layers of the globe. See the next line. And all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. Latent, underline and you write hidden, or you can also write buried. B-U-R-I-E-D. Buried. B-U-R-I-E-D. Buried na ground kulla irukkuradhu. Okay, so you might have noticed அந்த மழை பெய்யும் போது அந்த ரெய்னி சீசன்ல பார்த்தேன்னா சுத்தியும் ஃபுல்லா green ஆ இருக்கும். Yes or no? Full greenery. It looks like, you know, ஒரு green bedsheet போட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கும். It looks so beautiful. அதே summer seasonல, autumn seasonல you can see everything very dry. மழை வரும்போது everything becomes so you know, lively, full of life. Yes or no? அப்படி இருக்கும். So here the rain says that under the ground so many seeds are there. Okay, they are unborn, they are still hidden. Okay, and when the rain comes, it is giving life to the hidden, to the buried seeds. Okay, the seeds which are still unborn, the seeds which are hidden inside the ground, inside the earth. Okay, lifeless. And மழை வரும்போது what happens? These seeds, they come out, they break the earth's layer and they come out in the form of a plant. So it gives life to the seeds which are latent, which are hidden, which are buried, which are still unborn. Can you understand, children? Okay. So in this we don't have any poetic device. So I'll just read the stanza. Please check with your book. Upward to heaven, whence vaguely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. Now let's see the last stanza, children. Yes. And forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. Within the brackets, within the parenthesis, you can see these words now. For song issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. This is the last ending words of the poet. So beautiful. I will tell you why the brackets are given. இப்போ brackets வந்து in bracket அப்படின்னு சொல்லக்கூடாது. We should say it parenthesis. Okay. In your book you please write parenthesis அப்படின்னு எழுதிக்கோ. Now see the first line. And forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin. To my own origin. Whose origin? The rain's origin. இதெல்லாமே மழை தான் பேசுது. Okay. So what is the origin of the rain? From where it got originated? From where it took birth? From the earth only. Yes or no? In the first stanza we saw from where the rain rises. It rises from the land and the bottomless sea. அது எல்லாமே earthல தான் இருக்கு. Okay. So இந்த earthல இருந்து தான் அந்த மழை வந்து it is taking birth. It is the origin of the rain. So see the first line. And forever by day and night I give back life. Okay. To my own origin. நான் எங்க இருந்து நான் originate ஆனேனோ to the same thing I'm giving life. Okay. I'm giving back life. Yes or no? Which is true. Right? So மழை வந்தாதான் ஒரு சின்ன சீடுக்கே வந்து லைஃப் கிடைக்குது. Okay, the whole earth becomes very lively. The whole earth is getting life by this rain. If there is no water, what will happen? Will there be life on earth? Impossible. Without water, there is no life on earth. Okay, so the rain says that நான் எங்க இருந்து originate ஆனேனோ to the same place I'm returning the life to them. Okay. And it is doing it day and night. That means always. Okay, always. That is why it is eternal. It is never ending. It is everlasting. Okay, forever. See the next line. And make pure and beautify it. Pure na, we already learnt, no? To lave the draughts, to clean. Okay, to wash. So when the rain comes, everything becomes so pure. Okay, everything becomes so clean. Okay, so beautiful. And beautify it. That means I make the earth beautiful. Why? How it makes the earth beautiful? By giving it a new life. Okay, So what looks very beautiful and appealing, children? A very dry land. Just imagine or wasteland, romba dry irukku. There is no plant or a tree or a flower or a butterfly, nothing. It is colorless. Okay, and you just imagine one more piece of land which is full of, you know, valleys and beautiful green trees and plants and beautiful colorful flowers and birds and animals and butterflies. So which one is beautiful? Of course the second one. Yes or no? Why? Because it has happened only because of the rain, because of the water. Okay, so the rain is giving life to the earth from where it was originated. Okay, so it makes the earth pure, it makes it clean, and also it makes it beautiful. இப்போ only till this the rain speaks. Okay, இப்போ rain ஓட conversation முடிஞ்சது, rain ஓட dialogue முடிஞ்சது. Now you see the parenthesis and the bracket ல இருந்து start ஆகுது இல்லையா, the two lines which are given in the bracket from for song, அதுல இருந்து with love returns, இது எல்லாமே the poet is speaking again. So you can please mark in your book, bracket போட்டுட்டு you write poet. Okay, so here the last ending words are spoken by the poet. So let's see what the poet speaks. For song, இப்போ அவர் வந்து song பத்தி சொல்றாரு. Okay, the song which he is singing. Poet பாடுற பாட்டு, பாட்டுனா poem, song. Okay, பாடல். So underline song and you write poem. Okay, poem and song both are same only here. Don't get confused. So for song issuing from its birthplace. So or poem illana or song enga irundhu, which is the birthplace of the song? The poet's heart. Okay, birthplace, underline birthplace and you write the poet's heart. Yes or no? Or poet oda manasla irundhu, or poet oda heart la irundhu da or poem vandu perakudhu. Understood? So which is the birthplace of the song or the poem? The heart of the poet. After fulfillment, wandering. Okay, wandering means roaming here and there, like the rain only. Yes or no? Which is the birthplace of the rain? The bottomless sea. Angirundhu adu engeyo pogudhu. It is roaming, it is wandering here and there. It is going up towards the sky, then from there again it is roaming inside the sky only. Then after that it is coming back to the earth. Yes or no? So in the same way, similarly, even the song which is coming from the poet's heart, it is also roaming here and there. Okay, it is also wandering here and there. See the next line, wrecked or unwrecked. Take your pencil, underline wrecked and you write cared, C-A-R-E-D, C-A-R-E-D, cared. So obviously what is unwrecked? It is uncared. Okay, cared or uncared. Okay, so mala vandu how it is, you know, it is not cared by people. Okay, nobody pays attention to the water vapor, it is going up or not, then the clouds are forming or not, then the rain, it is raining or not. The people, so many people, they don't appreciate it. Okay, they don't care about, you know, they are not bothered about how the rain is formed, what is the water cycle of the rain. You know, so many people, they are unaware of it. Okay, they don't take they are not worried about, they are not bothered about the formation of the rain and all. So in the same way, in the song, in the poet oda manasla irundhu vanda and the poem or the song, even that is not appreciated by many people. Okay, sometimes the poem is cared or sometimes the poem is not cared. Okay, people are not bothered, some people are bothered, some people are not bothered. Okay, but still the poem comes back to the poet's heart. Okay, duly with love returns. Okay, but some people who love his poetry, they really appreciate Okay, so உங்க poem நல்லா இருந்தது அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது the poem is again returning to the heart of the poet in the form of appreciation of the readers. Okay, duly, underline duly, and you write properly, okay, or exactly, at the exact time. Okay children, now let's see again. And forever by day and night I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. For song issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love returns. So the last idhula vandu the poet is comparing the rain and the song. Okay, so அது அவரோட சாங்கும் அந்த மழையும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கு, அவங்களோட ஜர்னி ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கு அப்படின்னு poet is telling. Okay, now take your colored pen and you see the first line, day and night. What is this? What poetic device is this? It is antithesis. Okay, you write ANTITHESIS, antithesis. That means two opposite words coming in a line. So day and night, two contrasting words. You write antithesis. Next phrase you see, I give back life. So I, who is I here? The rain. Okay, so what is this? It is personification. இங்க மட்டும் இல்லடா, even in the last slide, I descend, எங்கெல்லாம் I வேர்டு வந்துச்சோ அதெல்லாமே personification தான். My own origin, that is also personification. The rain speaks here. Yes or no? Now see the last line, wrecked or unwrecked. It is also antithesis. That's all children. The poem is over. I hope you understood. Now I have some questions for you, not more, just 6, and I have options also. Now let's see whether you are able to answer them or not. Are you ready? So see, the first question, the figure of speech used in I am the poem of earth is, so what is a figure of speech? Figure of speech, a poetic device now. Which poetic device has been used here? Alliteration, hyperbole, simile or metaphor? Let's see the answer. Yes, the answer is metaphor. Why? Because here the poet is comparing, the rain is comparing itself to the poem of earth. Now let's see the next question children. Yes, the meaning of impalpable. What is the meaning of impalpable? Intangible, unclear, that can't be seen or unborn. Which is the right answer? Yes, the correct answer is intangible. That means something that cannot be touched. So here in the poem, what cannot be touched? The rain can't be touched when it is rising up in the form of water vapor. So on the water vapor nammalaala touch panna mudiyadhu. That is why it is impalpable. It is intangible. Now let's see the next question. The poem is written in the form of a question, narration, autobiography or a conversation. Which is the right answer? Very good. The correct answer is conversation. So it is a conversation between whom children? It is a conversation between the poet and the rain. Very nice. Now let's see the next question. Which poetic device is used in the line bottomless sea? Alliteration, hyperbole, simile or oxymoron? It is hyperbole. Very good. What is hyperbole? ரொம்ப over exaggerate பண்ணி ஒரு விஷயத்தை describe பண்றது. That is called hyperbole. Now let's see the next question. What is the purpose of the rain on earth? எதுக்காக மழை பெய்யணும் earth மேல? To give life to drought, to clean the dirt and dust layers, to give life to unborn seeds, or all of the above? Very good. The correct answer is all of the above. Very nice. You are doing very good, children. Now let's see the last question. What is the similarity between the rain and the song? They are never ending. They do not have any origin. They return to their origin, or they are liked by all. Very good. The correct answer is they return to their origin. So மழை வந்து again it comes back to the earth, and song also, from where the song is originating, from the heart of the poet. So அதுக்கே திரும்பி எங்க சுத்தினாலும் திரும்பி அந்த ஹார்ட்டுக்கே திரும்பி வந்துரும். In the form of what? In the form of appreciation by the readers. That's all, children. I hope you understood the poem, and if you have not understood, please let me know. Please read the poem from the book also, and there are some questions on page number 42. Please write the answers of those questions in your classwork note. Okay, children, thank you. Take care.